Be as good at business as you are at your trade. 12 steps to building your business. Talk to us about the importance of using your trade to be as good as business.
Well, look, one of the things I was thinking of when I came in here this morning is a lot of people talking about the shortage in trades, and I actually don't see the shortage in trades. I believe there's an imbalance. What I mean that there's actually good trades out there, and there's trades that are not so good.
Hold on, good trades or good tradespeople?
There's two types I'm talking about here.
Okay.
You've got the shonky trades, which we don't want to see ever, and you've got the two trades which are good tradespeople, but one of those two are not very good at the business side of things. Now these days, if you've got an extension that you want to get done on your house, or you want a bathroom renovation or something, and you're going to talk to some of these trades about this extension, you're going to want to make sure that I believe you've got pretty high standards. So you're going to make sure that when these people come to your house, that they actually are perceived in the right way, and they represent themselves in the right way, and the paperwork's in order. And it's not like 15, 20 years ago when they would turn up in the bluey singlet and the stubby shorts and that type of stuff. And that's really what this book is about. It's about the 12 steps to actually building your business. And
you're kind of reminding me of O'Reilly's here from Fawlty Towers, rocking up and go the cheap mentality, and Sybil's not too happy about choosing O'Reilly's in the background there. But are things changing?
I believe they are. And look, I had a plasterer come and start my workshop in the last month, and I don't normally get many plasterers. For some reason, their mindset is that strong in probably the wrong way, that they actually don't want to help. They've got their arms folded. No, you can't help me. And this guy, he's mid-30s. He came referred to from a friend. And as I got to know his business, like he's doing the third day of the workshop, he's got 70 people that works for him. And after the fourth day of the workshop, he said, "This is insane." He said, "I've been wasting so much time." He said, "You've shown me how to get a clear big picture," which is what the first part of the book is about. He said, "I'm running around in circles while I'm growing my business." He said, I'm wearing myself out.
Yeah, while also working in the business, no doubt as well, because no one does the job as good as yourself. I come from a family of tradies, and I know exactly what you're talking about. My dad's a painter and decorator. His dad was a painter and decorator. And people are your greatest asset, but they can also be your biggest kind of, the hurdle that you can have along the way as well. And you need to make sure that they are, I guess, keeping your brand alive, because a bad reputation for a lot of tradies, they're in small areas and it can really kill them.
Oh, absolutely. And look, recently I've had a lot of business partners in the workshop. So I'm not talking about the husband and wife. I'm talking about there's two blokes that have decided to start a business together. And even recently we've had a few business partners in the same workshop. And one of the things that I've actually got them to do, which is actually not in the book, I've said, look, you're here. How many of you have actually created rules on how the business will run when things don't go well?
Yeah.
Nobody had. And I said, well, have you ever had a disagreement? Like it's got a little bit nasty. And I said, yeah, or once a week. So we actually allocated some time to actually make sure that they could create some rules so that if something went wrong, they could refer back to these rules and treat things in a bit more of a civil manner.
Absolutely, but it's also so many businesses, not just the building world as well, where a bunch of people come together, they have an idea, everything's going great, and then down the track things change, but that was kind of like a handshake, unspoken agreement that, hey, we've been mates for a long time, everything will be okay, and that can turn sour and really destroy the business pretty quickly.
Absolutely. The first 4 things in the book, when we talk about the purpose, the reason why they're in business, I ask people when they're in the workshop, one of the first things I say, why are you in business? And it's normally, I couldn't work for anybody else.
Yes.
I want to make good money, and I was after freedom.
Yeah. And
there'll be about 18 people in the room. Then
those are kind of the worst reasons, surely. Like for me starting a business, I had to make sure that they weren't the reasons why, because by doing that, you kind of underestimate how hard it is to work for yourself, how hard it is if you've been working for someone and of course you've just had that salary popping into the number one thing that I was getting as advice was, don't underestimate how difficult it is to actually raise money and to get people to pay for it. And if your main reason is that you can't get on with a boss, the view was that, well, every customer becomes a boss once you start your own business. What are your thoughts on that? Well,
I totally agree. It is hard, and a lot of these people that have said, I couldn't work for anybody else, and when they've actually moved into the business side of things, that's why they've actually turned up to the workshop. They're going, I need some help. This is not what I thought it was going to be. And they've lobbed their bookwork to the wife, who actually is a really creative person. She's not the best with numbers, but she's doing it morally to actually help the...
But it also can bring a lot of tension in the family and the relationship as well, when you start bringing numbers into the relationship and you're not doing enough, I'm doing too much, you don't tell me. It can also bring a lot of relationship problems as well.
That's a whole segment within itself. Just going back to the purpose and what you said before, one of the things I say to people is the three things I've just spoken about then are inward things.
Yeah.
It's about them. And I said, if you want to actually hire somebody in the top 5% to be, say, your second in charge, you're more than likely not going to get them. Why not? I said, because everything you said just then is about you. That person in the top 5% wants to work for somebody that's got some inspirational purpose. So I said, think of something that you want to fix or change over the next 15 or 20, 25 years. And I said, well, what have other people done? I said, well, there's a roof plumber and electrician. Their purpose has been to help provide shelter for people in third world countries. They go, but that's massive, I don't want to do that. I said, they go over twice a year. They get a $300 flight. They take 20, the maximum tools they can carry. That's it.
So your idea is to get purpose away from the day-to-day and to think long-term and kind of outside of the day-to-day challenges of the business.
Absolutely. It's got to be something that you believe in, something that comes from the heart, but everybody's got something they want to change or fix.
Big, hairy, audacious goal, basically.
Yeah, so it could be helping Indigenous people, it could be the environment, it could be technology within the industry.
And what is the benefit of that for people who are starting up?
I believe we all need great people on our team. That's one of the key things. So if we have got an inspiring purpose, a long-term purpose, and it's not about using that as a marketing tool, but when a great person comes to talk to you about coming to work for you, and they say, Aaron, what's your purpose?
Yeah, or what makes you different from the other places I could work for?
Yeah, well, they're going to see that when they talk about that, and they say, well, look, I live in this remote coastal area of Australia, and my purpose is to actually get this ocean area back to where it was. A bit more detail around that. And they go, great, that last person I spoke to, he just wanted to earn money and get away from his old boss. Let's chat a bit more. So to me, it's going to do two things. It's going to help you keep or attract the right people, and it's also going to bring the right team together ongoing.
All right, Miles, really appreciate it. It was very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you again soon. Let's check what's